Good evening, Professor Boo Boo, fellow classmates. I am before you today to inform you all about the current state of the COVID-19 pandemic and the various vaccinations that are being released to the public and will soon be administered. What is COVID-19? COVID-19, or coronavirus, is a highly contagious virus that is spread orally and infects the respiratory system. It causes fever, cough, in extreme cases, death. The virus has shaken up the entire world, leaving people jobless, homeless, and the loss of many loved ones. Since its exposure back in November of 2019, I will begin our segment with a quick look at today's statistics domestically, in the US, and in other regions of the world. As of today, the United States has confirmed 15 million cases nationwide with 284,000 deaths. If you take a look here on screen, since the beginning of this year, we have done substantial efforts to flatten the curve, as you may have heard. But if you look as recently as December and November, it has spiked drastically, despite all of our efforts. Clean hygiene, social distancing, wearing a face covering. So what's it going to take to end this pandemic? Well, before any vaccine has gone released to the public, you can see here in New Zealand, look at how their numbers transcended, with a huge spike at the beginning and bottomed out. What's going on? What's different? We could compare any other region. The numbers do not look good, despite all of our efforts. COVID-19 continues to spread even a year later, and we're all wondering, when will life get back to normal? A few questions of mine when discussing vaccinations. How do vaccines work? How are they developed? Most commonly, vaccines are developed using an antigen, which is either a tiny part of the disease-causing organism or a less potent, less dangerous version of the organism. I have here a model from the World Health Organization showing how typically a vaccine is developed. You can see here they take a small part of the organism that causes the disease. The problem is with COVID-19 and it being so deadly and contagious, they are having to form this vaccine without using a part of it. This ensures that the individual being treated does not contract the disease from the cure itself. There are currently 5 vaccinations under clinical trial in the United States. We have AstraZeneca, Janssen's, Moderna's, Novavax, and finally the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine. Here's where things get tricky. The developers of the vaccines are racing against the clock and each other to be the first into production and to be the first to hit distribution. As of today, the Pfizer vaccine has started to be administered in the United Kingdom. Pfizer may be the first into distribution, but that does not mean it's the only option. Medicine is big business, and competition can be healthy in most instances. However, this will raise a lot of questions and uncertainty to which vaccine is best for you. My goal this evening is to not sway you towards a type of vaccine or even to vaccinate at all. I'm here before you to acknowledge the variety in vaccinations that will soon be available to the whole wide world. These are important times, and important decisions must be made for the well-being of ourselves, our families, and our neighbors. I appreciate each and every one of you. May you all have a safe and healthy holiday, and remember, wear a mask.